To Indonesia now, the country has declared its highest level of alert after a volcano erupted several times. Authorities are racing to evacuate thousands of residents in the area and have issued a tsunami warning. Spreading ash and hot volcanic clouds also closed a nearby airport.
The sky glows from fiery lava and flashes of lightning after a volcano in northern Indonesia erupts again and again. Eyewitnesses captured these scenes from a nearby island. The eruption of Mount Ruang has forced the evacuation of thousands of people from their homes.
Last night, groups of local people were evacuating themselves after they saw small rocks coming down from the eruption. People were in a panic and they fled. So our job is to make sure that there is no one left stranded along the coastline.
Ruang is a remote island located in North Sulawesi province of Indonesia. The eruptions were said to be triggered by recent earthquakes on the island. Authorities have warned that part of the volcano could collapse into the sea and cause a tsunami. Indonesia sprawls along the edge of the Pacific Ring of Fire, where multiple tectonic plates grind against each other. For the archipelago's residents, it means living with the constant threat of nature's violence.
Let's bring in DW correspondent Sharon Sumulang, who joins us from Indonesia's capital, Jakarta. Sharon, authorities have issued a tsunami warning. What more do we know about the current threat level?
Yes, Nicole. So until now, until Thursday afternoon, monitoring is still spitting cloud of smokes, and it has been multiple times of eruption happening since the first one on Tuesday. And the officials yesterday have raised the volcano warning to the highest level, which is level 4, because of the high volcanic activity in the area. And not only that, the officials have also raised or issued the tsunami alert because of if we're seeing at the history of Mount Ruang eruption that happened in 1871, which killed 400 people. The tsunami wave was reaching at 25 meters high. If we compare that with what happened in Aceh during tsunami in 2004, the wave was reaching at 30 meters. So looking at that history of Mount Ruang eruption, the official authorities of what we call here BMKG, they have been focusing on the monitoring of the sea level until now.
Okay, so they're closely monitoring the situation, but what are authorities doing to get civilians out of harm's way in the face of a possible worst-case scenario?
Yeah, so residents who live within 6 kilometers radius from the volcano have been told to evacuate. And until now, the process of evacuation is still ongoing, with at least 800 people have been evacuated either independently or being helped by the search and rescue team to take shelters in churches or community centers. But officials said that there are more than 11,000 residents that needs to evacuate in order to avoid the impact of the eruption. And not only that, the local authorities have also been distributing aid such as blankets, masks, and instant food for the victim to the area, but it has to be carried out in stages due to its limited transport option, which is by boat.
Mm-hmm. Now, Indonesia, of course, lies in an area where eruptions and earthquakes are quite common. How are locals adapting to this ever-looming danger of a natural disaster?
Yeah, so Indonesia sits at the Ring of Fire. We have more than 100 volcanoes in our country, and as Indonesian myself, to experience disaster like that, such as earthquake, is not something new for us. But what needs to be put more efforts on is to increase the awareness and the understanding of disaster management, disaster response from the government. So living in a huge archipelago with 260 million people, the government really needs to put extra efforts reaching remote areas, all those people that lives in villages to be able to know how to mitigate when disaster something like that happen. Maybe also strengthening collaboration with schools through policies and other agencies so that people could know what to do when disaster happens.
That was DW correspondent Sharon Sumulong. Thank you so much for that update.